So, Tim.
So what are we doing today? What have you got lined up?
When was the last time you listened to the pop charts?
What, as in the top 40 UK charts? Not this millennia. For sure.
Just out of interest, could
the
you
90s?
Could you name me a number one single from the last 10 years?
No. I could have a guess at someone that might have been number one.
Yeah, but you can't name a song.
I couldn't name a song by them. I'm guessing like Ed Sheeran and
I'm
Billie
guessing
Eilish, all that kind of thing.
Now, there'll be some people say that's just because you're
old. Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of good music out there. I don't think so. I think the pop charts is completely irrelevant now.
Well, yeah, I would very much agree with that because I don't listen to it. I don't know much about what's in the pop charts. The last time I even looked at the pop charts in a newspaper, I just remember thinking I didn't know who anyone was, and everything was somebody featuring somebody else.
Yeah.
So two people I don't know on one song.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing a rapper on a track with somebody else, that kind of thing.
But I thought it'd be interesting. Let's actually listen to the top 10.
Let's do it. I'll be very interested to. Well, no, I won't be very interested.
I'll
listen.
I've not listened to any of this, and we're going to give it a fair shot.
Going in completely cold. Don't even know what's in the top 10.
Could be amazing. So before we listen to the top 10, play along at home. I'll announce the track. Go and have a listen. Pause the video because it's likely YouTube will censor whatever we play. So have a listen to it. Come back to us, and then you'll see what we think. In at 10. Okay. Right. We've got a song called Austin by Dasha. You ever heard of Dasha?
It's just the song's called Austin.
Yeah, by
Dasha. Is he one of the fucking
it's not Comet or Rudolph.
Prancer,
Dancer.
Around the back, empty cans, and I'll be damned, your shit was never packed. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break?
That's the kind of thing that you'd expect to hear advertising like a car or something on the TV. To be fair, that's not offensive at all.
It's not offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, she did say a swear word.
She did say a swear word. Where? How does that go? Are you allowed to swear in the charts these days?
Apparently so. When we do kids parties down here sometimes, and so I do get to hear some of these pop tracks, and you know, like Olivia Rodriguez and stuff like that, and
is there effing and jeffing and
there
all
is, and also the subject matter they're talking about. So,
yeah,
you know, these are like 8-year-old girls singing this stuff, and it's like, blimey, it's that song sounds to me like it's kind of riding the coattails of the whole kind of country. Because Beyonce's doing that, right?
Yeah, exactly. When it started, it reminded me of that kind of that weird kind of alty folk stuff that came out after Mumford and Sons.
Yeah,
that kind of sound. But then once she started singing, I just kind of lost interest. The lyrics were the worst in the world.
It just sounds like every female singer.
Yeah. Well, and you're hearing a load of auto-tune and stuff.
It's all over it. So, yeah. But it's all that kind of like those inflections that they always do on every song. And it's, again, the music's so processed and so clinically perfect. Yep. It's got no soul. Like you said, it's inoffensive. Is anyone likely to remember that?
I wouldn't say it's a bad song.
No, but it's
exactly.
Iconic,
are you going to remember it in a few years' time? All the songs from when I was young, you know, the early 80s pop charts, I can remember them all.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like you go for the top 20 and they'd all be bangers.
Yeah, and now it's like, well, I don't know. What's number 9? Let's keep
going.
In
at number 9, Charlie XCX featuring Billie Eilish.
Right.
And this one's called Guess.
Put him in your mouth, pull him all down south. You wanna turn this shit out, that's what I'm talking about.
I think that's enough of that.
Yeah, that's more than enough of that. I guess in the first verse was Charlie, what's her name? XX.
Oh, no, is that a girl, Charlie XCX?
Yeah, it's that girl there on your phone.
Right, so it's Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
And a bird called Billie Eilish.
Yeah, well, you know who Billie Eilish is. She was singing the second bit because I've heard of her before.
So talking about how they want to get in someone's pants and see what's going on in their pants.
Yeah.
And
I thought the whole Billie Eilish thing was that she was quite sort of, you know, stoic and innocent and.
That's filth, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Would you let your kids listen to that?
I mean, I'd be more offended that they're just listening to shit music.
Well, indeed, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't let them listen to that. It's gross, actually.
It was.
I'm not a prude, but that's just crap. Trash. Feels like they just got a beat up on GarageBand and
Yeah.
let's come up with a load
Dashed
of...
off some lyrics in a lunch break, and
Yeah.
doesn't even sound that well produced to me.
Yeah, that was sounded to me like a Weird Al Yankovic song.
It reminded me of, remember the Out Here brothers?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah.
But that was kind of amusing back then.
Yes.
That's not amusing. It's
Yeah,
just dirty
that was
fancy.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay, in at number 8,
Yeah.
we've got Bless with BL3SS.
Is that the name of the band or the song?
Yeah, so this is the artist, right?
Or the
Bless
artist.
/ CamrinWatsin / BBYCLOSE.
So this is 3 people.
I've no idea. Or it could be someone
Could
with,
be a
I don't know, Tourette's or something, and they when they're putting the
Oh, I've already had enough of this.
right. But anyways, the song's called Kisses.
Right.
So if you want me, tell me that I'm the one. Say that you love me too. Kisses don't come for free. So what you hate.
Well, it's clearly a rip-off of a 90s dance
Yeah,
track, innit?
well, yeah, indeed, yeah.
Right,
Because that's the first thing that came to mind, but I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
Because they all sounded quite... That sort of Too Unlimited kind of...
Yeah.
Black box, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
That was dreadful.
Kind of house... Yeah, that's... Well, it's just...
It did really take 3 people to make that.
So there's 3 people on it. There's probably about... I bet you there's at least 10 songwriters on it, and...
It's dreadful.
Yeah.
It's just badly sampling an old song
Mm-hmm.
with a load of derivative crap vocals over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Dreadful. I can imagine maybe if you're off your face on pills, yeah, maybe it's danceable.
Do people do that these days?
All right, in at number 7, we got Lady Gaga
Oh, I've heard of her.
and Bruno Mars,
I've heard of him.
and this one's called Die With A Smile. Quite like that.
Yep. Yep. Kind of reminds me of like an old Peebo Bryce and Roberta
Yeah.
Flack, that kind of thing. Lionel and Diana Ross.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
reunited, that
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pictures in the Herb. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Um,
I'm guessing that's what they were going for. Yeah.
yeah, good voices.
Yeah, they're great singers, both of them.
Can't really knock the voices on that. Quite nicely orchestrated. Isn't it weird how that's a good song? That, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard that before?
Nope.
So that's number 7 in the charts. So I guess unless we're on TikTok or we're listening to pop radio, we're not going to hear that. Back in the day, I just remember it was everywhere, pop music. You didn't necessarily need to watch Top of the Pops or, be listening to the radio all the time. It was just around, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Part of the, like we mentioned, the zeitgeist before.
You'd hear it in shops. You'd hear it in pubs. You'd hear it everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't really hear stuff like that anymore, do you?
No.
It's yeah, changed world.
Yeah, but that's a nice song, that.
Yeah, decent. Yeah, I listened to that again.
Yeah. Okay, in at number 6, Billie Eilish.
Oh God. Okay.
She's already been on this.
She has. Yeah, she was with Charlie XXX minus whatever it's called, with that filthy one about her pants.
So, Billie Eilish with Birds of a Feather.
Right.
Sadly, it's not about the 90s sitcom.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
What was the song they used to sing on that?
What'll I do when you are far away?
That one when both their husbands are in jail.
Was
and
it
they're
Pauline Quirk?
Pauline Quirk and Linda Robson.
Yeah.
I don't think I could love you more.
This is better than the other one. Again, a bland and not very interesting, but quite well performed and produced track that I've forgotten already.
It's that kind of female whispered vocal.
Well, that's her whole shtick, isn't
They
it?
all do it. They all
She's
do
the,
it.
I think she's the big star in that kind of scene. So
There was
so-
nothing particularly wrong with that. It does sound like it could have been written by AI.
I thought it was going to break into something a bit different when that drum sort of came,
Yeah.
like, or hesitant kind of drum break, and I was like, oh no.
It felt like there was
Nothing.
3 choruses in that song, and
Yeah.
they couldn't decide which was
Yeah.
the chorus.
Well, again, it's probably got 15 songwriters on
Yeah.
it, and they're all trying to get their piece of the pie. So
Have you noticed one thing that's completely missing from this top 10 so far?
bands, yeah.
All right, so
Well, we don't know that one where it was all these about 3 people. One of them could be a band.
It's not a band, no. So I don't think it's going to get much better. But next up, in at number 5,
Oh, still loads to go.
Chase and Status
Oh, I know who that is.
/ Stormzy.
Right, I know who that is as well. I feel all dang with the kids now. I know exactly what's going on in the pop charts. I've heard of about half of it.
So Chase and Status and Stormzy, and this one's called Backbone.
I bet this is great.
I'm letting niggas know. Used to give them high fives. I was just a middle finger.
I don't think that's going anywhere that we want to hear, is it? Yeah, not for me. I'm sure, I mean, to me that sounds like his vocal is twice as loud as it should be. But that's kind of how they produce that kind of music, and Chase and Status have obviously got a track record of making, I guess, quality dance music, but yeah, not interested.
Yeah, that was dog shit. Alright, in at number 4, Chappell Roan or Chappell Roan. Good.
Oh, okay, is this a female singer?
Yeah.
Because I've heard of this name.
Have you?
Yeah, been
She's
spoken about in
She's got an interesting
revered
look.
tones. Yeah, that's her thing. I think she's a bit of
Okay.
an eccentric.
Okay, got high hopes for this then. This one's called Good Luck Babe.
I've got low hopes for it then.
I was thinking, I just called
Yeah.
to say. It had that same 80s production, didn't it?
Yeah.
Almost
yeah.
like Hall & Oates kind of. She's obviously a good singer, but when the vocal came in, it's like, it's just like everything else.
Yeah, it's quite a showy kind of chorus for her vocally. I think.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not criticising the voice at all. It's just there's nothing. I don't know. You know, it's like we're looking for a Kate Bush. You know, we're looking for someone who's gonna change things up.
Yeah, indeed. I don't think we're going to find it here.
And production-wise, it was just like a kind of retro feel of the '80s, kind of.
Yeah, that thing's still popular, isn't it?
But inoffensive.
Yeah, it's
Inoffensive.
there's only been a couple that have actually been offensive so far, so that's good going.
I can imagine being on a holiday. I don't know where. Caravan park, bingo night.
Minehead Butlins.
Yeah, Butlins. Kids are dancing on the dance floor. That comes on.
Yeah.
Kids getting on their knees. It'll be all right, you know.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so in at number 3, we have Sabrina Carpenter
Right.
with Espresso. Do you know Sabrina
I
Carpenter?
don't know Sabrina Carpenter. I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you what she does. I guess she sings. It's just a song about coffee then.
I can't relate to desperation. Might give a fuck. Are on vacation.
Production,
Yeah, that wasn't great. That wasn't nice to listen to at all.
No, you know when there's that horrible compression and massive amounts of
It's
processing
like
on the
listening
vocals.
to the most digital thing ever made
Yeah.
on the planet.
it
It is.
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It
That's
is.
just like literally, I could be sat here and someone could be throwing zeros and ones at my face over and over again, and it comes out my ears like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. You know, I wonder how
Absolute crap.
many bits of software plugins that voice has
Yeah.
gone through
Yeah.
to kind of get that
I
sound.
wonder what she really sounds like.
She's probably a good singer.
Yeah, probably.
That song just it exists.
Yeah.
All right. So in at number 2, Tim, you'll be delighted by this.
Okay.
It's Sabrina Carpenter again.
Oh yeah, this is the modern charts, isn't it? Where like you just have the same person over and over again.
So this
Is it her by herself, or is it her featuring Billie
To be
Eilish?
fair, no,
or
it's
something?
her,
Yeah.
and it's called Please, Please, Please.
I beg you don't embarrass me, motherfucker.
Just turn it off.
Please, please, please.
Why do you need to say that
See
in
that
a fucking song?
That was all right until
Yeah.
the F-bomb.
Yeah, why would you need to just put that word in that song there like that?
There'll be people commenting on this saying, "You just don't get it, guys."
Yeah, you just don't understand the
you
youth
know,
culture.
it's
of today.
2024.
Get
Like,
with
you
the
know,
times, man. You need to say motherfucker randomly in a song for no reason. Well, clearly you do, because you get a number 2 hit single out of it. Well, when I say hit single, you can get to number 2 on the charts by selling about 500 downloads these days. So good for her. Sabrina,
that-
what's her name? Carpenter.
yeah.
Yeah. great. Good stuff.
Again, like the previous one, huge amounts of production. I thought that there's a basis of a nice song in there, and it's almost kind of that country and western feel again, isn't it?
That weird sort of keyboard sound. It sounded almost like an 80s novelty song coming in at one point.
It had a bit of Michael Jackson about it, I thought, those kind of synth sounds, but and at least her voice sounded a little bit more human on that one.
Yeah, but it was a lot louder in the mix.
I don't like the F-bomb. I'm not.
Not a pop song.
No.
It just to me, that's just lazy.
It ages it.
Yeah. It's very lazy songwriting.
All right. So here we are.
So it's number one.
This is really exciting now. So all the way to number one
Yeah.
in today's pop parade is. Can you guess who it is?
I dread to think, honestly. No.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, well, I should have guessed, really, shouldn't I?
Again.
Do I want to hear this?
Well, this one's called Taste.
So this is the one that people think is the best of these three songs. That she's
This
got in the top
is
10.
the most popular song in Britain right now.
Right.
He's with his tongue. He's funny now, all his jokes hit.
Have we become too old?
I think so. I'm not offended by this stuff, but I just find it...
Yeah, you rolled your eyes.
Yeah.
And,
I'm just like, why is this in pop music? This is aimed at kids, right?
obviously,
This is aimed at children.
So, please go
weird.
and listen to these songs.
It's like fucking grooming people. Literally. Putting all this kind of content in songs aimed at children.
Well, no, yeah,
is inappropriate.
No, I agree with that. I agree. There's something weird about it. I remember, there's a Little Mix song that when I was doing a party down here, and some 8-year-old girls were singing it.
Yeah.
And I was properly like, that should not come out of an 8-year-old's mouth.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Can't remember what the song was. But there's been a few where it's been, I don't know, just really graphic. And just,
Yeah, well, I'm sure that song goes further than where she started off, so I have no interest in hearing any more.
So, that's the top 10 singles chart. So, one thing we noticed, obviously, is no bands.
No bands, no.
No bands. Not many men.
No. Bruno Mars.
Or Stormzy, I guess.
Stormzy. Chasing Status.
Is Chasing Status a man?
It's bloke. Is it two blokes? Bloke?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Although Stormzy's the guy who likes to pop caps in people's asses, isn't he? Or
He's the guy who wears bulletproof vests everywhere.
yeah, likes to promote knife crime. I don't know. Yeah, that's thoroughly depressing.
I like the Lady Gaga one.
Yeah, that was nice, to be fair.
And to be fair, the number 10 wasn't too bad either. Just a
It's
bit bland.
alright. It's alright.
When it started off, I thought, if it's all like this, it might not be as bad as I expect it to be, but it soon...
The Chappell Roan or Chappell Roan was alright.
Dave Chappell, Roan.
But yeah, in answer to the question, no, the singles chart is not relevant anymore. Bin it.
The fact that you can have literally, I'm guessing that Sabrina Carpenter's got an album out, and people have listened to it so much that those 3 songs in particular that they have gone to the top of the singles chart.
Well, also
They've been released as singles.
Well, this is the thing.
Are
isn't
there
it?
videos?
This is the thing. The singles chart doesn't actually mean people have gone out and bought a single anymore.
No, of course not. No,
It's
it's listening to it on.
So
TikTok.
I'm assuming it's TikTok, it's Spotify, it's YouTube, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What other things do kids go on these days? It's all these social media things where they're kind of compiling what people are listening to.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real sales going on.
No.
Certainly a
people
lot of revenue for
certainly
someone.
aren't downloading these songs from iTunes and paying 79p for them like they were, say, 20 years ago.
Do you think anyone would ever go back to buying singles ever? Do you think it could be resurrected? You know
because it's not relevant.
but you know the vinyl market, albums, has made
Do you know how much 7-inch singles are? People put them out now.
No.
So I've seen them in shops for like £15, up to £15.
15 quid?
Who's going to pay £15 for a single?
Jesus.
So no, the answer to that is
But
no.
surely that can be addressed.
Well, of course
the
it
price.
can. Yeah, of course it can. But it's an albums game,
Yeah.
vinyl, these days, which is sad because that's what got me into music was 7-inch singles.
There should be a physical singles chart. Still.
yeah, it wouldn't be anything on it, though, would there?
Yeah,
There'd be a
but
handful of things.
yeah, but it could encourage bands to actually do it. They could actually get the real number one.
I'm sure there are. I mean, there are bands that are releasing 7-inch singles. They do still come along.
Yeah, of course there are.
So,
but they're not making a dent in the top 10.
well, no, they're not, are they?
But
it's all bands. I wouldn't imagine there's many Sabrina Carpenter 7-inch singles that you can buy.
I guarantee.
Maybe I'm wrong,
guaranteed she'd sell them.
I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would.
You were telling me, obviously, that Taylor Swift's one of the biggest selling people in vinyl albums right now.
She's probably the biggest selling.
Right, and I would imagine that the vast majority of those people buying those albums are not listening to the albums.
Probably not.
It's probably just a nice thing to put on there, which is fine. I'm not slagging that off. If these pop stars started doing 7-inch singles, could there be a justification to actually have a separate singles chart, a real one based on real sales of real things?
Would you pay attention to it? That is the other question, though. If there was a standalone physical media singles chart, would you pay attention to it?
Well, I haven't paid attention to the top 10.
When was the last time you asked me the question at the beginning of this video? But when was the last time you paid attention to the singles chart? It's the 90s, right?
Yeah, probably late 90s, early 2000s. When I was me and you were working in record shops.
Yeah. I remember putting CD singles out on shelves and changing the charts on a Sunday evening before.
I just love singles.
And it's like, I can't remember really what was in it. That was the beginning of the end of the singles chart.
Yeah, I think I started working at HMV just before the bottom fell out of it. So we were still selling loads and loads of singles.
I think we used to sell them in.
We're still selling tapes,
NBC.
cassette singles when I was working there, you know. And it's mostly CD singles, and then you get those bands who do 3-4 versions of the same single, which are quite cool actually, because they put loads of B-sides on it. And we were talking about Oasis in another video, and they were brilliant for B-sides. I mean, some of their best songs were B-sides.
That's the advantage of the physical media, single, isn't it?
Yeah.
The B-side. You don't get it with this. You can't.
No.
You don't get the B-side. You just get 3 songs by the same person in the top 3. Was it 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
There's no fun in that.
Yeah.
And then those probably drop out of the chart completely next week because something else will come along. I bet you don't get like you used to get back in the day where a song would enter the charts at number 60 and it would get a bit of radio playing, work its way into the top 40, and then people would start to hear it and like it, and it would slowly build its way up to number 1 and then drop off slowly again, so it would sort of peak and trough. But you don't get that now. They all go straight in to the top and then they disappear because the next thing comes along. It just doesn't make it relevant. It's just waste of time. Right, that's that. Move on.
Yeah, thanks for watching.